Hello! Okay, so today I will be talking about base makeup for cosplay. If you're wondering what's going on with my face, I like to draw on it for fun. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so you want to have a perfect looking base for your makeup when you cosplay because anime characters and video game characters have flawless skin. Usually I have dry skin, so what I like to do is start off with a moisturizer. I have this with Garnier, but any facial moisturizer that you like will do. If you have really oily skin, you want to start off with probably a primer. A lot of people also like to use the Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel as their makeup primer for their face. Basically what this does is it creates a barrier between your skin and your foundation so that your foundation doesn't melt off of your face, like especially when it gets really hot when you're at a convention during the summer. This one is good because it's really cheap. I think it's like $3 or something like that. Content of what's in this primer is very similar to what's in a lot of high-end primers, which cost like $20 or $30. But yeah, the purpose of a primer is, as the name says, to prime your skin for what goes on afterward. It's like, you know, when you paint, just prime your surface so the paint sticks to it better. So this is the same idea. The next step is to conceal your blemishes. Now, usually people have dark circles under their eyes. In my case, I have really dark circles, especially right now since I put black eyeshadow there. But I normally have really dark under eye circles too. So if your under eye circles are really dark and they are blue or purple toned, you can correct them with a salmon colored concealer like this one that I have here. If you compare it to the color of my foundation, you can see that the concealer is distinctly more pink toned than my foundation. If your under eye circles aren't that dark, you don't really need to get a special pink salmon tone concealer for it. You can just use a concealer that's close to your normal skin tone, like this one here, which you twist up here and then it comes out the top. And then I also have one in stick form. This is dry. I have another one in liquid form that just comes out on a wand. You can wipe it there and then dab it on with your ring finger. Any concealer will do as long as it covers like the blemishes that you want to cover. In addition to your under eye circles, if you have other blemishes on your face like pimples or dark spots, you can also put concealer on those. If it's a blemish on your face, do make sure that you use a concealer that is close to your skin tone, like as close as you can possibly get. Just put it on there, and if it's like a blemish, just tap it around, and have it blend into your skin. Now that you've concealed your major blemishes, the next step is to put on foundation. I really like Revlon Color Stay because it's cheap. This is actually like a key theme, cheap makeup in my life, because cosplay is already so expensive. I don't need to be buying expensive makeup too. But yeah, this is really cheap. You can buy it like at Kmart, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, like any drugstore basically. It retails for around $10. Look for coupons. You can get it for cheaper if you have coupons. But the great thing about this is it has like a pretty decently wide color range, so you can find one to match your skin tone. And also it comes in two formulas. I have the one for normal to dry skin, you can see like right there. But they also have a different one for oily to combination skin. So you can pick one that matches your skin type. I use the color Buff, 150 Buff. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but my skin is like really yellow. Like a really yellow Asian person. Yeah. Anyways, so how I like to apply my foundation for cosplay is that I like to stipple it on. So I use this brush that's really flat and very thick. and dense. And what I do is I just put some foundation on the back of my hand. I tap it with the flat end, and then I tap it like onto my face. There's no product on this right now if you're wondering why my face doesn't look any different from me doing this. And I just like tap it on everywhere and get the foundation everywhere. I found that that gives pretty good coverage for me, and also like it's pretty even. The brush that I use is the e.l.f. Studio powder brush. This is also very cheap. It's only $3 and it works really well, and I think the quality is really good, especially for the price. But if you already have a brush that's similar to this, you know, go ahead and use that. It doesn't really matter which one you use as long as it works for you. In terms of foundation, you don't have to use this. You can use something else if you prefer something else. The most important thing is really just to make sure that the foundation is a matte foundation, okay? Because you do want to look not shiny in photos. Now, because my dark circles are so dark, sometimes after I stipple on the foundation, I like to dab a little more like on my finger and then put it under my under my eyes, on my dark circles, like on top of everything else that's already there, just to give it a little bit extra coverage. But if you don't really have dark circles, or if they've already been covered sufficiently by this point, you can totally skip that step. The next thing to do, now that you have your primer, your concealer, and your foundation on, would be to powder your face. Powdering your face is really important because you want to have matte skin. Matte as in not shiny. The reason for that is because if you are shiny in photos, you're gonna look really oily and it's not gonna look good. But if you're matte, you're just gonna look like smooth and flawless in photos, which is really important. So what I do is I use this powder. That's actually like a 4-tone color correcting powder, and you can swirl them together and it ends up being this color. However, if you find if your skin is darker and then this probably won't work for you because it's going to look really ashy against your skin tone. In that case, you should probably opt for a powder that is close to your skin tone, like from this line, the L'Oreal True Match powder. I just bought this because it got really good reviews on the internet. And I've been using it a little bit and I've been liking it so far. And you can see like this is in my, it's close to my skin tone. But the thing about this is it comes in a lot of different colors, so you should be able to find one to match your own skin color. And the thing about powder is after you put on your makeup and you leave, you always want to carry it with you. Because during the day, you will probably get oily or you'll sweat, which will make you start looking like shiny. So you want to keep reapplying powder throughout the day in order to keep that matte look. So I tend to apply my powder with the same flat, stiff brush that I used for my foundation. And what I do is I take it and I just swirl it around in the powder and then kind of just like dab it on my face everywhere. I don't really want to like push it in and swipe because that might move the makeup you already have on there, so that's why you just want to kind of dab that powder on. People also tend to get oily in their T-zone area, which is like forehead and then down the nose. So what you want to do is like be extra careful when you're putting powder on to make sure you get it like in this area and then down the nose. Now that you put on all of your base makeup, you can seal it with a makeup sealing spray. There's a lot of different ones. I happen to have this one by e.l.f. It's like, once again, it's $3, it's cheap, and it works. So you just like hold it away from your face, close your eyes and spray, and it's supposed to set your makeup so it stays better. Now, making sure your makeup stays on your face is very important, since convention days, it's like if you're going to convention days tend to be very long. So, and you do want to look flawless throughout the day. A really good resource for when you start trying to pick products to use is the internet, because there are a lot of websites where people review different products, and it's always good to do your research before you buy anything. You know, chances are if it works for a lot of other people, it'll probably work for you too. And if it didn't work for anyone, it probably also won't work for you, so you might as not waste your money. A lot of stores actually have really wonderful return policies when it comes to makeup. So if you want to go out and buy makeup to try, just like, you know, bring it home, like check the store's return policy first. And actually, like if you go home and try it right away and it doesn't work out for you, the chances are you can probably still return it. So that's a way to, you know, make sure you're getting something that actually works for you and not waste your money. Okay, so that's everything I have to say on this subject right now. If you have any additional comments or questions, you know, just let me know and I'll try my best to answer them. And if there's enough of them that I can't explain in words, I'll make another video for you guys, okay? Bye!